would like to report a murder. And that murder is my chance of getting into college because today I had a math quiz. And on that math quiz, there were 2 points on a graph, and the teacher asked, please find the distance in between the points. Now, being a student that doesn't know how to study or has any work ethic, I struggled with remembering the formulas. The formula, the bridge that would put a line in between those 2 points and give me the B plus I so much wanted. Unfortunately, I don't have the highest expectations for myself. And this line, this bridge, made me think, made me ponder, and made me almost look over to the other student's paper. But this distance in between made me miss those 2 points so much now that I know the formula. The bridge that would have been there would have made them so close, would have made them love each other, and would have made them B plus worthy. Because it is distance that makes the heart grow fonder, and we need to bridge distances in order to get B pluses. Or, if you're more ambitious than I, A minuses. Now, my favorite actor is Tom Hanks. If you don't know Tom Hanks, please do. Anyway, he was in this one movie in 2001 called Castaway, where he worked as a FedEx employee who was really stringent about time and very pertinent towards different small, minuscule, pedantic details, just so that each package can get there on time. However, when he was in a plane and the plane somehow crashed onto a random island, he was away from his society, away from what he was used to. He missed it. He missed his wife. He missed having an ability to tell the time. And he only had one friend. Luckily, a volleyball, because we all know footballs aren't good friends. However, near the end of the movie, a change finally happens. Tom Hanks bridges the distance, the realistic distance between himself and the outside world. He finds a raft, and he finds ladies' underwear. And with these 2 things, he builds a sail and sails off, eventually being found by a boat. And it was this ladies' underwear that bridged the gap between, in between his physical distance. And because of this, Tom Hanks now, I'm assuming the movie never ended, by the way, is living a happy life with his family at home. Now, we talked a lot about physical distance, but there's another thing that I have a lot of experience with. That's mental distance. Yes, mental distance. I am very mentally distant. It's hard to get to know me. Another thing that's hard to get to know is the relationships between different countries. As throughout time, we've seen people fall apart, wars happen, wars end, trade deals collapse, some great guy named Otto von Bismarck tricking everybody. But throughout this whole time, we've seen that there's a uniform pattern. Over time, a bridge occurs. People move closer together as distance makes the heart grow fonder. In 1846, the Mexicans fought the Americans in the Mexican-American War. And amidst much bloodshed and rumors that the Americans had actually cheated and said that the war was started on false premise, now today, Mexico and America are some of the most friendly nations working under different national agreements like NAFTA. And even now, people are trying to separate them, like Donald Trump, a politician and great hair person, who is trying to say that they are doing something wrong. However, this is not the case. Instead, bridges have been built to ensure that these 2 countries move together. Just like in much of history, many different countries move together with different bridges. The Mexicans and the Americans have moved together with the advent of NAFTA and with the power of trade and with the power of understanding that we can't be kept away for too long. We need to put that line in between point A and point B. We need to start pushing people together, and we need to start finally raising our GPA to a B plus average. So please, distance makes the heart grow fonder. Please be fond of everyone. Thank you.
Shades of Saif's past. That's the place for people to prep. So find yourself another boost. Pick up all the change you just got. Some coaching.
Oh. The idea of your mental distance, I was kind of curious where that was going, and then it I don't know if it ended because you're like, well, that's not going to go anywhere, so I'm going to try something different, or if you just thought, oh, here's another idea. So I had been made curious about how you were going to tackle that.
And that was like mental distance me. I'm mentally distanced, and then international distance.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Which maybe
it was
can
like,
be seen as a really sort of appropriate thing. Like, I'm not actually going to talk about my mental distance because I'm so mentally distant. You
And
can't
that's
get to know me. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I'll let you go, Mr. Brown.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just.
No. That's no.
Okay. All right. If I recall correctly, a lot of times people in past years, judges said your claims are a bit hard to follow or don't make much sense. Now that one, rhetorically clever, but then the sort of like challenge you set yourself is actually making sense of it in every single thing you come up with. What was it? Distance makes the heart grow fonder, and then bridging distances. So there were kind of two claims going on at the same time, and and then it was like, okay, so all right, and so now, and of course you're funny at times, but overall it's the complexity of what you try to do, and sometimes what's that old saying? Your grasp, your I don't remember.
Reaching for the star.
There's a reach out exceeding a grasp or something like that. But so what's the short version of what I'm trying to say? The ideas weren't particularly clear, and there wasn't cohesion to it. And pace is on the top of my list. I just wonder again if you like let yourself slow down a little bit.
You wouldn't have as much to fill. Like, you wouldn't be looking for so many different ways to fill what it is.
Yeah, it's almost like if your pace is too fast, this is how you're walking, right? Whereas if your pace is slower, you're actually choosing your steps instead of sort of running downhill. It's really hard to control running downhill, and that's what. It's nice to see you back. I haven't seen you in ages. Now you are back with us. MUN's over and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
everything's over. The only thing that's hard for me is Wednesday because I have like a bunch of different things that go on.
Okay.
Mr. Brown, we have to run. So
Okay.
thank you for having me, and we can be in touch maybe via email if
Good.
there's anything else you would like, any other feedback you'd like from me.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Miss Spacey, I'll send you the email by the end of the week.